I know what you're thinking. My word, Luke, don't you look good in pink? No, I know what you're really thinking. Luke, that is a new intro. Yes, indeed it is a new intro. I promise you a few days ago, or maybe it might have been last week, that I'm going to up my game slightly. I want to give you the best content I can possibly give you. I've started editing my videos slightly different, and the reaction so far has been amazing. And when I first created the intro for World ROTTERDAMINATION, I wasn't exactly quite happy with it. I wasn't, and I just thought it doesn't give this series justice. It doesn't. It's just not good enough for me. I'm a bit of a perfectionist when it comes to these things. That's why I use the best looking skin and the regen face pack. I want it to look aesthetically. I want it to look aesthetically pleasing for you guys, because I've got to play it too, and I like to watch these videos back occasionally just to see how it looks to the viewer. And I don't want to see a crappy intro. No. So, brand new intro. I hope you like it. But yes, viewers, welcome back to another episode of World ROTTERDAMINATION. As you can see on the screen here, we have a player you may not have heard of before. That is because a Patreon member has signed up to the Patreon and has sponsored this man. So he was originally called Kami McCloskey. He was the guy who we picked up from Rangers in the last episode for a dirt cheap price of £78,000. Antonio Governo is going to sponsor this man going forward. Antonio's also Scottish as well, so I think it makes sense. He was very happy to find out when I signed this Scottish wonder kid. So I think it's a match made in heaven, and he's already actually played a game for us. It was in the cup. He come off the bench. He did rather well. So maybe a bright future here for Antonio Governo. Not to mention that other Patreon member, Peter Salin, has sponsored Rodrigo Aguero, who is coming to us in the future. One of the first signings that we made on a free transfer. I think he comes to us in January, maybe. It's May next year. And he is naming him after his son, Hannes Salin. And I think I got that right, Peter. Let me know if I have. And I say that because Peter knows me very well, just like a lot of you guys do, and I am horrendous at pronouncing names, so he decided to make it more difficult and name it after someone else rather than his own name, Peter, which is very easy for me to pronounce. So thank you, Peter. But on the off chance that someone else would like to sign up to the Patreon, I don't do this very often in my videos, patreon.com/MegLukeGaming. The link is down in the description. It will take you to a page just like this where you can pick the tiers, and the $6 tier there is where you can sponsor a regen and get your name in the game, if you will. That is where you can do that. But today we find ourselves in a doubleheader against Tigres from Mexico and Sheffield United. So we're rekindling that battle against Sheffield United today. But how have we done recently? Well, you can probably see we are sitting in 6th place. Mixed bag of results so far. So obviously we've played the Freiburg game in the last episode, a 1-1 draw. I've played a few games in between as well. A 3-1 victory against Cruz Azul. Everything looked quite dandy. Alfredo Morelos getting on the score sheet again. Jerry getting his first goal. Then we played the Portuguese side in the World Cup, or the Carabao Cup, in the first leg. Cracking 3-0 victory with a few rotated players there again. Morelos with a brace. We then lost the game, though, to Alaves, and this one came completely out of the blue. One of their players, Coulibaly, might be that's how you say his name, he scored a brace, and Renier scored, which equalised just on the stroke of half-time. Wasn't quite good enough, though. But this is where things started happening badly for us. Miguel Baeza picked up an injury, which he still hasn't returned from since. We then lost to Salzburg in the FA Cup, the other trophy. The other cup competition, which is basically the FA Cup, but for the whole league. Sami Saez. So after we picked Jerry off from them, they ended up beating us as a revenge, just like when we took Lokonga off Anderlecht. Norwich, though. Speaking of Lokonga, he scored the winner against Norwich in a 2-1 victory. I say winner. It was a second goal out of a 2-1 victory, even though it put us 2-0 up. I class that as a winner. Atletico Mineiro, though, we scrambled and took a point away from them. In the 93rd minute, Jerry coming up trumps there with a header from a free kick, a cracking free kick as well. But again, another injury. Renier this time picking up an injury. We then played in the second leg of that tournament, of the Carabao Cup, a nice 0-0 draw with a fully rotated side. Some names that you won't even recognise there. And we took a point, well, we took a draw and managed to qualify for the next round. So that's good. We find ourselves against Reims in the next round, which is a long way to go, October. We've got a month away from that. So that's good progress in that cup competition. Maybe something that we can look forward to if we get further along. It's only the second leg, though. But like I say, today, Tigres, who are 11th, Sheffield United, who are 9th, we are 6th. So it's sort of like we're high in mid-table at the minute. It's obviously only 5 games played. Rennes, the team I hate the most, and I really do hate you, Rennes, just for the Youth to Go series, and a lot of other people was in the comments saying exactly the same thing. Rennes are top, so that, we need to prevent that from happening. I am not happy with that. But as I mentioned, we've got a few injuries. Jerry's just coming back from one. I'm going to risk him, though, because he only has 1 day left. Karsdorp out injured for another 2 to 4 weeks. We then have Burgess out. He's still not back yet. Baeza still isn't back yet. So there's a lot of trouble that we have. And remember, at the start of the season, for some reason, there's so many games all at once. They're not spread out properly on this database. This database does have a few flaws, I'll give you that. By the way, if you want to actually download the database that I'm using, the exact same one with all the updated stuff we have done, link down in the description to my Discord, that's where you can find it. Or on the Patreon, $4 tier, you get the save game file, so up to you. So because of that fixture congestion, we're finding ourselves struggling for fitness as well. A lot of our reserves have just played. So we've got a few names making the bench who are actually quite fit, who might not be around for the whole season because when the fixtures ease up, they'll just slot back into the reserves. The likes of Sturras, who a lot of teams were begging around at the end of the season, who could be very good, come through our youth system. Excited to see what he does. Santarelli, the Belgian player, coming through. I think he might be very good, so he's got his place on the bench today. And Kuhn, who I'm pretty sure we signed just after the last episode from Jenna. It was a deal in the process, 1.5 million. He doesn't look too amazing, I'll give you that, for 1.5 million. My scouts rate him at 5-star potential, though. And I asked my good scout, too. So there we go, from Jenna in Germany. So today this is going to be the lineup. Van Bournemouth in the net with Van Beek at right back because both of our right backs are injured. Jerry and Armini in the centre back role, and in fact I might change those two around. Jerry's a lot quicker than Armini. Malacia at left back, Lokonga in the deep line playmaker role. Box to box midfielder today is going to be Renier, Sinistera on the right, Tornstra on the left. I know, not a lot of pace on that left-hand side there. Uatara on in the cam role there, and Morelos up top. So that leaves a bench with Chavez, who is a Mexican regen, Kuhn, Santarelli, Jurgensen, Kirku, Gronley, and Sturras. So we don't have a lot of options from the bench, only a couple of players there. Let's give a number to this man all the way down. Jeez. Are we going to be able to fill a number? We're not. 96, that is the number he is going to take for us today. So, Tigres, they've got a couple of good players, to say the least. I recognise this man. We'll not try and pronounce his name. Salcedo, I recognise him as well. Adam Smith from Bournemouth is playing for them. This is some crazy stuff. And, of course, I've seen him already, Eduardo Vargas. Used to be a very good player. Played in the Premier League a couple of times as well. So, is that Enner Valencia? It is Enner Valencia. A couple of ex-Premier League players here. So, I do expect us to win this game, however. I think we are the better side. Yes, we are struggling, but we should overcome a team like this. They've got a few good players. Really, we are far better. And we start off defending a free kick, which is never good. And what a save that is from Bournemouth. Ball Moose. I can't get over his name. It's so good. Now we've got to defend the corner. Head that out, please, Jerry. Well done. Brahima. Can you counter me? You should have played through Morelos a lot earlier there. It's going to get kicked out, and that is the end of the highlight. But here we go. Corner, though. Brahima. That's Uatara, by the way. He's called Brahima in-game. There he is again. Picked up the ball. Back post. No one's there, though. Now, Sinistera's done so well to win the ball back. Snatch the ball. Now he's pulled it back. Pull it back again. Morelos. Oh, it's right at the keeper. And Sinistera. Fair play to the man. Twice he managed to cut that back. The second time finding Morelos. Just hit it right at the goalkeeper. Disappointing. Well, we've reached half-time then after that miss. And nothing else has actually happened so far. So that is disappointing. We fired them up from it. I'd like to see a quick reaction. Here we go. Malacia. They've heard me, I think. Oh, it's well done. Oh my God. One of the players has just smacked their own bar. How has he done that and not put it in the net? I mean, that is ridiculous. How has that not gone in? Well, they started playing around the back now. They're risking it. The Mexican team is risking it. They're going forward now. Vargas has picked up the ball. Oh, he's given the ball straight back to Sinistera, though. Bad clearance. Smith. Oh, so good. Morelos. Oh, it's brilliant. It's fantastic. Alfredo Morelos. And I've been meaning to actually change his role to a pressing forward because he is so good at doing that role. Of course, with that 20 aggression. Picks him up some yellow cards, but still, look at him chasing that down. And he's so fast to the ball there. Reactions, anticipation. He's not the quickest with his feet, but he's got the quickest mind. And that's what I like about Alfredo. Corner ball again. Brahima's going to bang it in. We've got a couple of men in there. Armini on the edge. Brahima's picked it up again. Oh, Sinistera, I mean, why Brahimi didn't shoot, I don't know, but that props to the man for finding another player. Should be 2-0. I'm going to bring on Ferry Sturras. I know he's only 16 years old, but Uatara is struggling after having quite a good game. I'm putting my faith in the youngsters nice and early. I think he's going to be an insane player, this man. And he's not going to get there unless we play him. But I'm hoping it doesn't come back to bite me in the ass. I mean, he's playing in the cam role. Surely that's not going to make too much of a difference as we are balling through the minutes here. Sheffield United 1-1 there. That's our next opponent. And we're going into extra time. And there is a highlight. So this is going to be gut-wrenching if they do manage to score. Because I've only made one change. There's the ball. Guzman's going to pick it up. He's come outside his box. Tigres are going to start again. Passing it around the back. They're in no rush. But sometimes the patient build-up will work. They're just biding their time, making sure they create the right opportunity and not trying to force one. Oh, it's pulled it back, but this is dangerous. Tornstra now. It's not the fastest, but again, quick mind. Loses out. Morelos is in again. Morelos has done it again. The anticipation, the intelligence beats out physical attributes today. And I'm telling you, this man is something else. He is different gravy. It's two terrible mistakes. He's an animal. He's like a hyena. Sinistera, make it 3 and make it comfortable. He's unlucky. He should have scored, really. The hyena, Alfredo Morelos, like a pit bull. Just saying random animals now who have a bit of a ferocious personality. But he's a horrendous player to play against. Dirtiest man. There we go. It is a 2-0 victory. Whether we deserve the 2-0 victory or not, these are the games that we need to grind out. And really, I should have paid more attention to what I'm saying to my team. Now, Sheffield United, we know what they're like. They beat us to the title last year. So have they improved? We'll have a look when we get to the game. Right then, gang. Sheffield United, what do they have for us? They seem to have kept most of their good players. Luke Freeman has a star around his name, and that is because he is one of their better players. They just signed him. 4.5 million they signed him for the season before, and he played quite a lot of their games there. He is actually a rather good player, the 28-year-old. But I don't recognise many other players. Federico Fazio, they've signed him. Jason as well, the first ever player I signed on YouTube for Football Manager, last year's iteration of the game. Now, they've sold 12 million. They've brought in 41 million. So these are the men that they have brought in. I don't know whether they're actually using them. This is their best player that they've brought in. So he's on the right-hand side. Doesn't look like he has any teeth. Has he got any teeth? I can't see any. That's quite scary. This man as well from Cologne. And this man, Alejandro Silva, who for 31 They spent a lot of money. So I wouldn't necessarily say that they've improved their side. They've brought in some intelligence, I guess, in Kalinic, Luis, and Yannick Bolasie as well on loan. You can't ignore him. So the side that we are going to rock with today, this is the side that we are going to go up against them with. And I'm actually going to change Gertrude, put him on there. He's actually fitter than Sven van Beek. Of course, Bournemouth in the net. Of course he is. Gertrude is going to fill in there. Karsdorp still out injured. Armini and Jerry. Jerry's back to full fitness there. 92%. Full fitness. Luke, yep. Malacia on the left-hand side. Lokonga. I think Lokonga is just our absolute rock so far in our team. Sinistera on the right, Toornstra in the middle. Baeza comes back on the left-hand side from his injury. Renier up in the advanced playmaker role. Morelos changed into a pressing forward on attack. Get more of that hyena-like attitude and just let him loose on Sheffield United. He's going to be a terror. Now, if you remember last episode when we played against them, Ollie McBurney was the man who crushed our dreams and scored one of the goals which meant we didn't win the league. I haven't forgot. We're a half hour into the game and Sheffield United hasn't had a shot. We've had a few. Here is Lokonga with a free kick. Renier, I think that might be offside. A few players might be offside there. If we win that ball back, gee. If Morelos scored again, there's something wrong with this game because that's 3 goals in a row. But he hasn't. Borduk now on the right. That's a good run from them. Try spread out. Sinistera. Could you have headed that back to our player? Right, here we go. There's a good ball. Oh, Morelos. He's in again. He's done it again. He's done it again. He just terrifies defenders. They just don't know what to do with him, viewers. He's just such a scary man. The Colombian, I mean, I don't know how he keeps doing it. Does he pay them off? I know Colombians have like a history of some dodginess in football in the 90s because of Pablo Escobar. I mean, I'm not going into it. It's too political for me to go into it. But it just seems like they're passing in the ball or just letting him have it. I'm unsure. Renier, there's Sinistera. Cuts inside. Oh, it's a good shot. Oh, it's hit the post. Second attempt. Hit the post. Just too wide. Match engine, though. In real life, you'd pull that back. You wouldn't shoot from that ridiculous angle. Okay, so it's half-time. A 1-0... I was going to say victory. Not yet, Luke. 1-0 up. They haven't had a shot still. They've had 61% of possession, but they still haven't had a shot. So we need to make sure we guard against complacency. Be assertive. Don't get complacent out there. Who looks stressed? Sinistera. Well, you're just going to have to put up for it. It's another Colombian. They're ganging up on me now. I think I need to stay away from these stereotypes as we go into the 60th minute, closing in on the 60th minute. They've had their first shot, folks. It's a long shot as well. Not amazing. So I'm going to make some changes. I'm just cautious of players coming back from injury. I don't want to overdo it. Toornstra's also having a bad game, so let's put Blessett in there. Let's give him a game. Sinistera. We got Banis who can go there. Maybe swap those two around. Does that work? It does, Luke. Nice one. Good. This is up here for thinking. This is what I like. So Banis and Baeza is going to swap. Triple change. Now can we get another goal? There's Baeza. And Morelos, I think he's done it again. I'm just waiting for confirmation. Confirmed. Morelos scores. Yep. Even if Morelos didn't hit the ball in the net himself, I think he's terrifying enough that they would give it to him anyway. But it does look like he heads it in. It's his 8th goal of the season. It's 2 games in a row he scored 2. The guy is an animal. Malacia now, who's just took a knock, but I think he's going to be alright. Hasn't asked to come off anyway. If this drops for Morelos, I mean, wow. Oh, there is Morelos. He's picked up the ball. He wasn't over there. I don't understand who that was. Baeza. Oh, it's lovely. Baeza. Oh, it's testing the keeper's gloves. Corner ball again. Lokonga whips it in, but no one's really attacking. I'm going to have to change my corner kicks. As it goes to the 6-yard box, and not one of our players is there. It's just a wall of yellow. Armini back to Lokonga. Renier tries finding Banis. We're trying to force it, though. He's picked up the loose ball. Banis. There's Morelos. It's a bad effort. I won't tell him that, though. Final corner. Morelos is at the back post. And, well, I mean, he is good. But I'm going to have to pull him Because the goalkeeper, you seen it there. The goalkeeper moved out the way. I'm wondering what's going on. Is there some sort of shenanigans going on? But anyway, great win. Morelos has done absolutely outstanding today. Well, we think he has. We're going to have to wait for FIFA to look into match fixing. I mean, it could be anything involved. But here he scored 3. We're going to praise him because if I didn't, I fear for my own life. He was superb in front of goal. Alfredo, well done, buddy. 24 years old. He's classed as an elite striker. Okay. But yeah, there he is. I'm an absolute animal of a man. Does look quite scary. There's just something weird going on, isn't there? Every single goal just wasn't normal, I don't feel. Just wasn't normal. But somehow this man has found a way of scoring a hat-trick in one game and 2 in the other. So he finds himself very nicely in 7 goals in 7 appearances so far. Well done, Alfredo. But anyway, please drop a like on the video if you can. That would be fantastic. We'll be back tomorrow on Twitch doing the games in between. So if we have a look at our schedule, we've got some interesting games coming up. We'll probably go all the way through to roundabout Eibar, Augsburg, roundabout there. But if you want to see all of these games in between, twitch.tv/OmegaLukeGaming, roundabout the morning time, Saturday morning. So if you are watching this before then, keep that in mind, twitch.tv/MegaLukeGaming if you want some more World ROTTERDAMINATION. But if streams are not for you, then I will catch you back on Monday for the next episode. Make sure you have subscribed, make sure you have liked the video, and if you want to subscribe to the Patreon and sponsor a player, remember it's down in the description below, as well as the Discord if you want to get the exact same database that I am using. Thank you for everyone who's come into the Discord. 300 members now. Absolutely fantastic. My name's Omega Luke. I'll see you for the next one. Bye bye. Hey you. Yeah you. How am I doing this? Mind control. Watch.
There's a Patreon if you want to support the channel like these guys. And YouTube thinks you'll like this video. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe. No, I am not Luke's father.